Hello viewers, this is Manas welcoming you to the series You the Oracle Expert, your one-stop shop to learn and practice Oracle database administration and Unix with hands-on experiments using Oracle VirtualBox virtual machines. Build your knowledge base, confidence, and make your way to be an expert Oracle DBA. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn about different options to create an OEM blackout. So a blackout is an arrangement in the OEM during which OEM does not send alerts or notifications on included targets for a specific period of time or indefinitely as defined. It is usually started on one target or a group of targets during maintenance or plant downtime. However, during the blackout, OEM continues to collect metric data and run certain jobs on some targets. It only stops sending alerts and notifications. I'm going to show 4 different methods of starting and stopping a blackout, and based on the scenario, the DBA can choose the best option to start the blackout. First, from OEM console on one or more targets. Second, from OEM console on one target. Third, using EMCLI command on OMS server. And the fourth, using EMCTL command on agent server. With the first option, which is the traditional way of starting a blackout from the OEM console, and most of us already know about this, go to the Enterprise, Monitoring, Blackouts. And this option is useful if we want to include one or more targets from one or more servers. So to create a blackout, first click on the Create button. You have 2 options here, blackout or notification blackout. So the details about both these options are given there. Say, mostly we select the blackout option, the first one. Click on the Create button. We'll put a name here, Test Blackout 1. We'll put the same comment there. Say it is for database maintenance. And we have 2 options again here. The first checkbox that is telling us that it is going to run jobs during the blackout. And the second option, if it is enabled, it is going to create a full blackout on all hosts. So it is basically covering everything under the blackout. Then we have the option to select the targets here. It may be one target or more than one target. If we are interested on a particular type of targets, we can select here, say database instance, click search, and it is giving us a list of all the available database instances. From there, say we select this first instance of the RAG database, and in this second box, it's giving us some information about the related targets included in this blackout, and we see that all the related targets are 0, means there is no related targets. And under the schedule box, we see some options there, how to start the blackout. So whether it's going to be started immediately or a later time, and if it is going to be a repeating blackout, and what is the duration of the blackout, is it going to stay there indefinitely or for a specific period of time. Say we'll start the blackout for 2 minutes, and we also have option to specify end time for the blackout, and we will submit this blackout. Now this is the confirmation that the blackout has been successfully submitted. Now we'll go to the target. So it was the first instance of this RAG database, and if we go to the home page of the target, we'll be able to see the target status is represented by this maintenance icon. And if we hover over this icon, we see that it's under blackout. And this blackout is going to end in 2 minutes. And if we want to stop it even before it reaches 2 minutes time limit, go to this blackout option space, and from there we can select the blackout and click on the stop button here. And this blackout will be stopped immediately. Upon clicking the stop button, we see that the stop blackout confirmation message comes here. If we click yes, it will attempt to stop the blackout. In our case, it gives an error because the blackout has been already ended or stopped. Because even before we select to stop the blackout, it already crossed 2 minutes and ended automatically. Let's go to the target homepage and see what is the status of this target now. And we see that it is represented by the green up arrow. So the monitoring has been restored for this target. The second option is used when you want to start the blackout on a specific target. To do that, go to the list of targets, and then from this list, select that particular target, right click on that, go to Oracle Database, Control, Create Blackout. In this screen, we have the same options that we found in the first option for creating the blackout. You have a name here which is assigned by OEM by default. If you don't like it, you can change it. Then some comments there if you want, and then a reason, say DB patch and maintenance. And again, these two checkboxes are there. You have to select it as per your requirement. But here, you don't have to add a target because this target has been already selected there. And then the other options are the same. Say for our example purpose, we'll start it immediately. It will not repeat. It will start for say 2 minutes, and then we'll submit the blackout. And we'll get the confirmation again as the blackout has started. And if you refresh the page, you'll be able to see that this green up arrow is gone, and instead it's assigned with a maintenance icon. And if you want to stop this blackout even before it stops automatically in 2 minutes, you again have the options to stop it. Under Oracle Database, go to Control and click on the End Blackout option. And the blackout that we started has been automatically selected here. And this is the name. And we will just click on the Yes button and the blackout will be ended. Let's close this confirmation message and refresh the page. So after the blackout is ended, it will take a couple of seconds to refresh this status. And this is again represented with the green up arrow. So the monitoring and all the notifications have been restored and the blackout ended. Now the third option to start a blackout is to use the command prompt from the OMS server. This is the least used option, but useful when you are already logged into the OMS server and working with the OMS. To do that, you must know the name of the target on which you are going to start the blackout. So I am right now in the OMS server itself and logged into it as Oracle user, which is the owner of the Oracle software. And to start the blackout, first we have to log into OMS using SYSMAN user using EMCLI command. So EMCLI login minus username SYSMAN. It will prompt for the password, and the password is catdb123 in this case, and it is successfully logged in. Now to start the blackout on a particular target or a group of targets, we have to know the name of the targets and their type. Now to start the blackout, we will use the EMCLI create underscore blackout option minus name, the name of the blackout, say test blackout 3 minus add targets. Here we have to specify the list of targets on which we want to start the blackout. In our case, I am going to start the blackout only on one target of type Oracle Database. So the name of the target, that is catdb.monash.home colon Oracle underscore database is the type of the database minus schedule equal to duration colon. After the first colon, we have to specify the number of hours for which the blackout will be effective. In our case, we don't want a long blackout covering hours, so we'll put the first space blank and we'll put another colon to specify the number of minutes. So in our case, it will be 2. That is, our blackout is going to stay there for 2 minutes. Then the reason for the blackout is, say, test blackout. And we'll start this blackout. And the blackout test BO3 created successfully. And if we go to the screen giving us all the targets, we'll be able to see that for that particular target, the status is shown as under maintenance. So this blackout is not going to stay there for a long time, and probably it has ended. So let's go to the home page and we can see that the blackout is already completed, because we can see that the up green arrow there. So the monitoring has been restored. And in this case also, if you want to end the blackout manually before it ends automatically, then you again have the option to end it by going to this Oracle database menu, then go to control, and you will have the end blackout option there. And from the command prompt, if you want to see the status of the blackout, obviously it's going to say that the blackout is no more present. So this blackout does not exist anymore. And if you want to end the blackout from command itself, then you have the option to do that by issuing another command like EMCLI stop blackout minus name, our blackout name there, and this will end the blackout immediately. And this command is going to fail because actually we don't have the blackout running anymore, so it says that it does not exist. Now in the fourth option to start the blackout, which is also using command prompt and the EMCTL command to start the blackout, it is a very useful command when you are already in the target server. Say you are working in a database maintenance that needs bouncing of the instance or restarting a listener or bouncing the OEM agent itself. This is the quickest, as you don't have to log into OEM console and instead issue the start and stop blackout commands from the target server itself. Say we have a database server Linux 1 and the agent is currently up there. In this server Linux 1, we have a rack instance running. First, we have to switch to the Oracle software owner user, that is the Oracle user itself. So sudo su-oracle, and we'll find out which is the location from where the EM agent is running. ps ef grep EM agent. So this is the agent home directory. We'll go to the home directory and under that the bin subdirectory. And from here, we'll issue the command EMCTL start blackout. Say the name of the blackout will be test BO4. And we have the option to specify the list of targets on which we want to start the blackout along with the target type, like say our DB target name colon, the type will be Oracle database. But as we are going to start our blackout at the node level, so instead of specifying individual targets here, we'll put this keyword minus node level and minus D, that is the duration of the blackout, 00 hours and 10 minutes. And then we can start the blackout. So we'll press enter and the blackout named test04 on this node named Linux 1 will be started and will be running for next 10 minutes. So the blackout has been added successfully. Now to check the status of the blackout, we can use the same command with different parameters. Say EMCTL status blackout test BO4. and we see the details about this blackout. Let's go to our OEM console and see what's going on here. And we see that for this server Linux 1, the agent is under blackout and all the related targets are also under blackout. And we will stop this blackout using the command prompt. To do that, the command EMCTL stop blackout name will do the needful. Press enter, and we can see that the blackout has been successfully stopped. And if we see the status again using EMCTL status blackout command, and we can see the status where it's saying that no blackouts registered, means the blackout has been successfully stopped. Now let's go to our OEM console and see if all the targets under maintenance or with the blackout symbol changed. And we can see that the Linux 1 server now has the green up arrow showing that the monitoring has been restored. So viewers, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Please hit the like button if you liked it and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss an episode in this series for the Oracle DBAs or similar educational videos that I am uploading every week.